I want some Trews, you'll get the Trews right now. Where is the Trews? This is the Trews right now. I'll do some Trews right now for you. This is the Trews, this is the Trews. Dum. Immigrants coming. Dum. England shirt pricey. Dum. War in Afghanistan, a good thing. Oh, I thought it was bad. No, good. But all the death and everything. Good. There was a mission. It has been delivered. They have given the Afghans a chance. A chance of what? Recovering from the trauma that we've been creating for the last 50 years. What? Nothing. Just a chance. There's a chance and a chance. Who doesn't like a chance? The Mail. Eat some fruit and veg. For God's sake, eat some fruit and bloody veg. We know we're meant to eat things that grow. We know that, you bastards. Will mums now be jailed for banning PlayStation? I wouldn't have thought so. No, that probably won't happen. I won't worry about that too much. New clash as Clegg backs wind farms. There's a clash with Clegg over a wind farm. A move by David Cameron to block new onshore wind farms has been frustrated by the Liberal Democrats. It has emerged. It emerged, did it? Nick Clegg's veto on the Prime Minister's plan threatens to reopen the coalition rift on renewable energy. Apparently this renewable energy ain't any good unless we really commit to it on a massive level, which we're not doing. These are tokenistic gestures. First it was a token of appeasement when they were trying to win green votes. Now they thought, hold on a minute, people don't care about green votes. They're too poor to think about the broader context. What about when people go about the Green Party? They only care about the environment. You know that the environment's everything, don't you? You know that's what we live in. I mean, if you're only interested in the environment, I mean, what do you mean? What we live in? Yeah. So what are you interested in other than the thing we live in? What constitutes that? Space. We're interested in space and abstract things like money. Money's abstract. It's a symbol. It's an invented thing. The environment is more important. It's a real thing. Like, once all them resources are gone and that, we're fucked. Why I Adore Emma by Quentin Letts, a fully grown man. Why I Adore Emma. Some of us may not have heard of Control Pants until reading yesterday's Mail. I still haven't. She walked towards the Leicester Square cinema in a striking white frock slit to the thigh. Gosh, she looked smart, you sicko. The paparazzi went mad in all the flashbulb pinging the ripples of spring breeze as the 23-year-old star took her loping strides with those long legs. One of the snappers caught a tiny momentary glimpse of her underpants, the aforementioned Control Pants, click, click, knicker elastic, captured for posterity. This is porn! What are you writing, Quentin? What's wrong with you? You sick enemy of common decency. Like, they're the people that would condemn and judge people for having normal, healthy, flirty sexuality while he sort of wanks out his cock ink onto the pages of Emma Watson. Shirt hits the fan, rip off Britain. Yeah, Britain's you're being ripped off. Who's doing it? Us. We're doing it. We're helping it to happen by keeping you focused on things that don't really matter, like an England shirt. A wife branded Nagsbo has been Nagsbo. Branded. New Nagsbo. A wife branded Nagsbo has been fined for breaching her ASBO after an astonishing 45-minute rant at her husband over a lottery ticket. In exclusive recordings obtained by The Sun. Oh, well done, Sun. You got exclusive recordings. How do you mean obtained? Where did you get them? You're supposed to stop doing that. Stop obtaining people's recordings. 4 years of EU immigrants will fill a city the size of Manchester. We've already got Manchester. Now you're going to have a big load of immigrants filling the city. Immigrants! Immigrants! Ah! Right, so like what it's trying to attach is a feeling that you've not got enough and that there's a sense of scarcity, paucity, poverty with immigrants. But how can it be that people with no money are the problem? Right, there's not enough money. There must be a certain amount of money in the world, agreed? Yes. There's a certain number of people in the world, is there? Yes. Now, where is that money? Let's look at the people who've got none. It's probably them. It's not going to be the people who've got none. It's going to be the people that have got loads and loads of money. Stop worrying about people who've got none. That immigration, I don't know, agree, disagree, oh, England's green and pleasant lands. The country's built on immigration. I think all of us should integrate and not look for differences among one another. That's my personal belief. But even if you're into the old racism, like you like it or something, it's a hobby, even then, it doesn't make sense as an argument. Just for like, even if you're a hard died in the war EDL member, just for 1 year, go, right, for 1 year, we're going to focus all of our campaigning not on Muslims or immigrants or anyone who's a little bit different from us but hasn't got that much money, but instead we're going to focus on corporations, city bankers, corrupt politicians. All our energy can go towards that for 1 year, and if after that 1 year it seems that nothing's changed, we're going back to brown people. I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh. Monkeys do stuff like us. There's one with a stick, there's one flossing its teeth. Monkeys. There they go. They're a bit like us. Unlike immigrants. They're really different. Don't let them in. Get rid of them. Bring monkeys, lovely monkeys. Have them roaming around loose, flossing their little teeth. But if you see an immigrant, get it out and bloody have your job. An immigrant the size of Manchester was coming in my garden yesterday, and it ate a banana and a bloody thing, and then it left the peel on the path. My wife fell on it. Right, well, I think that's enough truth there that you've got. I'll read you something. Eckhart Tolle, we can rely on him. Is it always wrong to watch and show violence on TV and cinema? Does all such violence cater to the pain body? Eckhart Tolle has created a metaphor of a pain body, like that we carry pain around with us. I suppose he uses the phrase pain body to help us understand it as a physical thing. Same way as people used to say you're possessed with demons. At the current evolutionary stage of humanity, violence is still not only all-pervasive, but even on the increase, as the old egoic consciousness, amplified by the collective pain body, I suppose all of our collective pain, intensifies prior to its inevitable demise. If films show violence in its wider context, if they show its origin and consequences, show what it does to the victim as well as the perpetrator, show the collective unconsciousness that lies behind it and is passed on from generation to generation. I suppose if, genetically, genetic data is the tangible symbol or representation of heredity, of passed down data. Eckhart Tolle espouses that it's possible that as yet undiscovered information is also passed down. Remember, before people discovered genetics, they went, people only know that data now. It's plausible, isn't it? Feasible, likely even, that science will soon discover that what's now in the realms of the mystical will one day be calculable, identifiable, tangible. Then films, if given the proper context, can fulfil a vital function in the awakening of humanity. They can act as a mirror in which humanity sees its own insanity, that in which you recognise madness as madness. Such films do exist, blah, 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 blah. Well, I think what he's saying here is that, at the moment we have a sort of an irresponsible culture. Even the way that the news is presented, serial killers are sort of presented as anti-heroes, traumas and wars and tragedies is an inevitable justification for a sense of apathy, lethargy, sort of nihilistic disinterest. I suppose what old Eckhart Tolle, who is an interesting man, is saying is that there is a responsibility, that media is how we receive stories. Stories are what connect us to one another, give us a sense of purpose in our wider context, when it's a pretty wide context, infinity, timelessness, endlessness. We need stories that tie us to vital and important information. I suppose if we're going to talk about violence or sex, we should talk about it in a responsible way. This is an irresponsible way of talking about violence, saying that justifying the war in Afghanistan, probably for corporate and political interests. I don't know what gas pipes they were building, what drilling was going on, what necessary subjugation of Islam is required. I don't know, but probably all those things are involved. We need to keep irresponsible reporting on sexuality. It keeps us in a sort of a materialistic, individualistic, obsessive, desire-based, low vibration. What we really need is to have an open, intelligent discourse which we're all capable of understanding. We're not idiots. We're not idiots. They're making us think like idiots and behave like idiots. That was some truth. That was some truth today. There was some truth. Dun 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 dun. Eat more. Veg. Subscribe to this. Dun 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 dun. Truth.